In a world full of endless distractions, notifications, and instant gratification, procrastination has become one of the biggest silent killers of potential. You know exactly what you need to do: the workout, the project, the difficult conversation, the skill you want to learn, yet day after day you delay it. You tell yourself, "I'll start tomorrow, I'll do it when I feel motivated," or, "I just need to rest a little longer." But tomorrow never comes, motivation fades, and the gap between who you are and who you could be keeps growing wider. If you are watching this right now, there is a very good chance that procrastination is quietly stealing your dreams, your confidence, and your peace of mind. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are simply using the wrong operating system for your mind. The ancient Stoics faced the same battle more than 2,000 years ago, and developed practical habits that created unbreakable discipline even under the harshest conditions. Marcus Aurelius wrote his private meditations while leading armies and running an empire. Seneca maintained clarity and productivity even while facing exile and eventual death. Epictetus built mental strength while living as a crippled slave. Today, we are going to extract their 7 most powerful habits and turn them into a system you can use in 2026 to finally stop procrastinating forever. These are not motivational tricks that work for a few days. These are timeless practices that rewire your character so that discipline becomes your default state instead of something you have to force. When you finish this video and begin applying even one of these habits consistently, you will feel a profound shift. Tasks that once felt heavy will start to feel natural. The voice that says, "later," will grow quieter, and the voice that says, "do it now," will grow stronger. Let us begin with understanding why procrastination happens and why the Stoic approach is uniquely effective at defeating it for good. Procrastination is not primarily a time management problem. It is a character and emotional regulation problem. At its core, procrastination is the avoidance of discomfort. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. When a task feels difficult, uncertain, or emotionally heavy, your mind chooses the immediate comfort of scrolling, watching videos, or doing easier work instead. This creates a temporary relief followed by long-term regret, guilt, and self-doubt. The more you procrastinate, the weaker your self-trust becomes, and the harder it gets to start anything meaningful. The Stoics understood this deeply. They did not fight procrastination with willpower alone. They built habits and mindsets that made discipline feel natural rather than forced. Epictetus taught that the chief task in life is to identify what is up to us and what is not. Procrastination often comes from focusing on outcomes we cannot fully control instead of the small actions that are completely within our power. When you shift your focus from, "I need to finish this big project," to, "I will do the next small step that is up to me right now," the resistance dramatically decreases. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to do the work in front of him with full attention and excellence, regardless of how he felt. He did not wait for motivation. He acted from duty and virtue. This is the first major Stoic shift. Stop waiting to feel ready and start acting from principle. Discipline is not something you feel. It is something you do. The moment you accept this truth, procrastination begins to lose its grip. The 7 Stoic habits we will cover in this video are designed to rewire your relationship with discomfort, build unbreakable self-trust, and turn discipline into your natural way of being. These habits worked for emperors, slaves, and philosophers living in far harsher conditions than we face today. They will work for you if you apply them consistently. The first Stoic habit for stopping procrastination forever is the practice of Memento Mori, remembering that you will die. At first this sounds dark, but it is one of the most effective motivators the Stoics ever used. When you truly remember that your time on earth is limited and uncertain, trivial distractions lose their power. Suddenly scrolling for another hour or putting off the important task feels absurd. Marcus Aurelius kept death close as a daily companion while running the Roman Empire. He knew that awareness of mortality creates natural urgency and clarity. In 2026, with endless entertainment designed to make you forget your own finitude, Memento Mori cuts through the noise like nothing else. A simple daily practice is to ask yourself each morning, If today were one of my last days, would I spend it procrastinating on this task? The honest answer almost always brings immediate perspective and motivation. You realize that most of the things you are delaying are things you would regret not doing if time ran out. This single habit alone can dramatically reduce procrastination because it reconnects you with what truly matters. The second habit is Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. Instead of letting your mind surprise you with resistance and discomfort when it is time to work, you deliberately sit down once a day and mentally rehearse the difficult task ahead. You imagine the boredom, the uncertainty, the fear of failure, and you decide in advance how you will respond with discipline and calm. When the actual moment arrives, your mind is already prepared. The resistance feels familiar rather than shocking. Seneca used this practice extensively to prepare for hardship. You can apply it to modern procrastination triggers: the workout you keep delaying, the difficult email, the creative project you keep pushing off. Spend 2 minutes visualizing yourself starting the task and continuing even when it feels uncomfortable. This mental rehearsal removes much of the emotional friction that causes procrastination. The third habit is the dichotomy of control applied to daily actions. Epictetus taught that we suffer when we try to control things that are not up to us. Procrastination often comes from focusing on the big outcome we cannot fully control instead of the small next action that is completely up to us. Instead of thinking, "I need to finish this entire project," shift to, "I will do the next small step that is up to me right now." This simple reframe reduces overwhelm and makes starting feel manageable. When you consistently focus only on what is within your power in each moment, procrastination loses its favorite excuse. "It's too big, I don't know where to start." The fourth habit is daily evening reflection, the practice Marcus Aurelius used faithfully. At the end of each day, take 5 to 10 minutes to review what happened. Ask yourself, where did I procrastinate today? Why did I delay? What small action could I have taken instead? This is not self-criticism. It is honest self-examination without judgment. By reviewing your day calmly, you prevent small delays from becoming permanent habits. You learn from each procrastination episode and make better choices the next day. Over time, this reflection builds self-awareness and self-trust. The fifth habit is the deliberate cultivation of discomfort tolerance. The Stoics intentionally practice small acts of discomfort every day: cold baths, simple meals, physical training, to strengthen their ability to do hard things. In modern terms, this is building your discomfort muscle. Start small. Choose one task you have been avoiding and commit to working on it for just 5 minutes without distraction. When the 5 minutes are up, you are allowed to stop. Most of the time you will continue because the hardest part, starting, is already done. The sixth habit is focusing on virtue as the highest good. When your primary concern is becoming a person of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control, external outcomes become secondary. You stop procrastinating because the real goal is not the finished project but the kind of person you become through consistent effort. Epictetus taught that the only true good is virtue. Everything else is indifferent. When you internalize this, the mind stops using procrastination as an escape because your self-worth is no longer tied to perfect results. The seventh and final habit is the practice of immediate action on small decisions. The Stoics understood that discipline is built through thousands of small choices. Every time you feel the urge to delay, train yourself to take one tiny immediate action instead. Open the document. Put on your workout clothes. Write the first sentence. Send the message. These micro-actions create momentum and weaken the procrastination habit over time. Consistency in small things builds unbreakable discipline in big things. To help you implement these 7 habits, here is a practical 30-day challenge you can start today. Each week focus on 1 or 2 habits. Week 1, Memento Mori and the dichotomy of control. Week 2, Premeditatio Malorum and evening reflection. Week 3, discomfort tolerance and immediate action. Week 4, virtue as the highest good and integration of all habits. Keep a simple daily note recording what you practiced and what you noticed. At the end of 30 days, you will have built a strong foundation of discipline that will continue growing if you maintain the practices. Procrastination is not a life sentence. It is a habit that can be replaced with consistent, deliberate action. The Stoics did not promise an easy life. They promised a strong character capable of doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. That strength is available to you right now. It begins with the decision to stop waiting for motivation and start acting from principle. As you apply these 7 habits day after day, you will notice a profound transformation. Tasks that once felt heavy will start to feel natural. The voice that says, later, will grow quieter. The voice that says, do it now, will grow stronger. You will stop living as a slave to procrastination and start living as a person of unbreakable discipline. This is the Stoic way. This is how you stop procrastinating forever and finally become the person you are capable of being. Thank you for watching this video. If these Stoic habits resonated with you, please hit the like button. It helps the message reach more people who are struggling with the same battle. Subscribe to Rise as a Stoic and turn on notifications so you never miss the next practical lesson on building mental strength and discipline. In the comments, tell me which of the 7 habits you are going to start with today. I read every single comment, and I am genuinely rooting for your growth. In the next video, we will explore how to deal with anxiety when life feels overwhelming using Stoic techniques. Until then, remember, discipline is not something you feel. It is something you do. Start small. Stay consistent. And keep rising. I will see you in the next lesson.